Welcome to the Law Library, UW Law student. I'm Elena Walatira, Head of Public Services here at the Gallagher Law Library, and I'm joined by my two colleagues, Mary Wisner and Maya Swanis. Not only are all three of us librarians, but we've also all attended law school ourselves, so we have some idea of what it's like to be in your shoes. This video is going to introduce you to how the Law Library can help you throughout your law school adventure. A reference librarian's core mission is to help people with research questions. Please ask us for help. Plenty of students in your shoes have never asked for help in a library or don't even know how to ask a question. If this is you, you are in luck because there are actually lots of ways that students can get in touch with us here at Gallagher. You could shoot us an email. Start a chat with us. We staff our chat from 9 to 7 most weekdays and 12 to 5 on Sundays. You could walk up to the info desk and use the screen to Zoom with us. Or you could give us an old-fashioned phone call. So, what does asking a question look like in our current environment?
Why don't we demonstrate?
Great idea. Here, I'll pretend to be a student with a question. I've heard that there's a good law dictionary on Westlaw, but I don't know how to get to it. I wonder if someone could help. Say, I'll call the library. What's that number? Here it is. 206-543-6794. Boop, beep, boop, beep. Ring, 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 ring.
Gallagher Law Library, could I help you?
Could you tell me how to get to the law dictionary on Westlaw?
Sure. First, have you already registered your Westlaw account?
Sure have.
Great. So I'm going to do it on my end, and you can follow along on your end. I'm going to the Law Library's homepage. I click on Westlaw. Are you doing that?
Yes.
Okay. When you get to Westlaw and sign in, you see the box that says Search Blacks or Black's Law. That's a shortcut. You can just type in the word you want to look up.
What if I'm already signed into Westlaw?
Well, that's easy too. Wherever you are, type Black's Law in the search bar. On the pop-up, you'll see Black's Law Dictionary as an option. There you go.
Thanks a lot. This is just what I wanted. I'd like to get some help from the library, but it's late at night and the librarians aren't working. What'll I do? Oh, I remember. They have email. What's the address? lawref@uw.edu. Dear LawRef, I'm a student and I'm trying to find a copy of Civil Procedure in a Nutshell. I heard it's online, but where?
Another beautiful day in the virtual reference office. Let's see what's in LawRef's inbox. Oh, here's a student who needs Civil Procedure in a Nutshell. I'll just look it up and write back. Good morning. That's in our West Academic Study Aids collection. Here's a link. If you'd like to learn more about using West Academic Study Aids, watch this short video, and I'll paste the link and send.
Hey, here's an answer from LawRef. This is great. I have a link to the book I want, and I have a link to a video so I can learn all about West Academic Study Aids, not just the ones on civil procedure. I'm working in the library, and I don't want to get up to make a phone call or to disturb those around me, but I would love some instant help finding a resource about laws related to trademark law. Oh, I know. The law librarians are available via the Gallagher chat service. I'll just click on the link on the library's Law Students page and type in my question.
I see that a message just came in from a student looking for information about trademark law. I'll start by sending them the link to our research guide on intellectual property, and then I'll follow up to see if there is something more specific I can help with.
Super-de-duper.
I'm working in the library. Gosh, it's cold and sunny. I'm having trouble finding some social science articles related to a seminar paper I'm working on. It's sort of complicated. Geez, I really wish there was some way to instantly connect with a librarian. Actually, I believe I saw a video terminal at the info desk that I can use to instantly Zoom with a librarian.
Oh, I see that somebody is waiting in the reference office's virtual Zoom room. Let me connect with them now. Hello and welcome to the virtual reference office.
Hello. I have a few questions about interdisciplinary research.
Great! Let's talk more about what you need, and I can share my screen so you can follow along.
Fantastic.
So you can reach out to us in many ways. You can email, call, chat, or Zoom. Reach out to us if you need help finding study aids, formulating a research strategy or figuring out where to start on a project, locating a specific book, article, opinion, statute, or video, understanding legal citations, wading through the Blue Book, accessing or using Westlaw, Lexis, Bloomberg Law, Hein Online, or any other electronic resources. You can ask us anything related to your time at UW Law. One of my favorite reference questions was when 1L wanted to know if he should wear a necktie to go meet his mentor. We were able to find a picture of his mentor on the firm website, and we saw that he sometimes wears open-collared shirts, so we figured that the student could too. Don't take our word for it. The staff is amazing, said one student. So very helpful every time I have a question or need guidance about how to start a project. Another student said, librarians are super helpful and appreciated. Wish more students were aware. Well, now that you've watched this presentation, you are aware that we offer these services. So use us.
Okay, now I know how to reach you when I need help, but how do I use the library both in person and remotely?
Well, there's a lot of information on the internet. By now, you've probably visited the law school's webpage a lot to find out about admissions and getting started. Did you see that the top line has a link to the library? If you follow that link, you'll get to the library's website. You might want to bookmark that because it's really useful. Along the top, there's a link to research guides, and we have a lot of them on specific topics like trademark law and on general research. Over on the right, we have selected databases, and that's a great place to get access to the different databases that you'll use. Back up at the top, there's a pull-down menu for UW Law, and if you choose Law Students, you'll see a page with information aimed at you.
And here you'll find all of the information we covered about the ways to contact us, including a link to the chat service. There's also a lot of other useful stuff at this page, though, including information on book checkouts, seat reservations, suggested research guides, sample past exams, and even this tantalizing For Fun tab that you should check out when you need a break from studying. There are 3 primary legal research databases that you'll have access to during your time at UW Law. The library's subscription gives you free access to all 3, and we would recommend becoming familiar with them all during your time here, as you may need to use them in your future careers. You all should have received an email from LawRef with the subject line UW Law Registration Codes, Bloomberg, Lexis, Westlaw, CALI. That email has detailed instructions on how to register for each database, so take a few minutes to find that email and register. Finally, we want to briefly let you know about 2 fabulous study aids available for you during your time here. They are CALI, which stands for Computer Assisted Legal Instruction, and West Academic. CALI is a database containing hundreds of lessons, tutorials, and quizzes on law school subjects. The registration code for CALI was included in that same email that had the registration information for Westlaw, Lexis, and Bloomberg. West Academic is a database containing study aids like nutshells, flashcards, hornbooks, outlines, and podcasts to help supplement your studies. It is freely available to you, and you can access both of these study aids from the library's homepage as shown here.
Now let's talk about using the library facility. The Law Library facility is your space to study, meet, and relax. It is thus your responsibility to keep the library safe for yourself and your colleagues. The Law Library is currently available to the UW Law community only. This means that only current UW Law students, faculty, and staff can be in the library space. When you swipe in at the library's front doors with your Husky card, Please do not allow anyone else to enter at the same time, even if you know them. This is to help us keep track of library occupancy and to ensure that only current students can access the facility. The library is open to the UW Law community 24/7. However, Gates Hall itself is closed daily between 1 and 6 a.m. You are able to enter the library at any point during the 24-hour period, but if you leave Gates Hall between 1 and 6 a.m., you will not be able to get back in. No guests are allowed in the law library at this time. Please do not bring any non-UW Law community members into the library space. Masks are required in all library spaces. This applies to open areas, study rooms, and the commons. Dean Enter has asked library staff to notify her if there are students not in compliance with masking requirements. Drinks are allowed in covered containers, and you can remove your mask briefly to sip your beverage. Food is strictly prohibited in the library to ensure that folks wear their masks at all times. No meals, snacks, or even nibbles at library tables or in Carol's, study rooms, or the commons. The only designated eating space in the library is the L1 lounge. While there, you may remove your mask to eat your meal and then replace your mask when you re-enter the rest of the library. Course reserves, which are available for 4-hour checkout near the info desk on L1, are library use only. Please do not remove them from the library. These books are in high demand with your colleagues, and you will be fined for late returns. So make sure you check them back in as soon as you're finished with them and reshelve them. The library is staffed in person from 8 to 5 Monday to Friday. The library is also staffed virtually from 5 to 7 Monday to Thursday and on Sunday afternoons. When you see someone at the desk, they can help you check out. However, the library has a self-checkout terminal at the information desk, which enables you to check library materials, including course reserves, out to yourself. Use your Husky card to swipe and get into your library account. Scan the barcode on the back of each book to check it out. When you're finished with a course reserve book, please check it back in and reshelve it. All other library books should be placed in a book drop. To study individually or work in a group in the law library, reserve a seat, study room, or study pod on the library website. You can also walk up to an unoccupied seat and scan the QR code there to reserve it for yourself. The reference area and a number of soft chairs in the library are available on a first-come, first-served basis. To sum it up, the law library is here to help you, and the space is your space to study, meet, and relax in. Anything you need, just ask us.